feel what's going on, and then get to the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
On second down, Etienne once more. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Lawrence going to get this to Etienne, and he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody covered. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now Lawrence. And he fires one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On third down, Bridgewater. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 24. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Bridgewater. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
That's just what you call a chain mover right there. Nothing fancy. Get the ball out to the back, and you're asking him to make a little bit extra out of maybe what is nothing, and he does exactly that. Picks up the first down. I can't wait till we get to the point, partner, where we're not saying chain mover, but we're saying laser.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Antonio Gibson.
His second touchdown on the season.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
A good gain there on first down. That run will get them 7 up to the 32-yard line.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
A shotgun snap and a give to ETN.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, team.
They'll run here with Robinson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 36-yard line. Hey, Alpha. 52, by 52.
Here's Lawrence. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A big play that time through the air. 54 yards. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10.
A handoff for ETN.
And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
It's caught right side by Daniels. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Darrell Daniels.
His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are back within a score. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the lead will shrink to 6.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight. And that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
Working with a 2nd and 4. And here's a give to Gibson.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
On play action, it's Bridgewater. The loop. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And the Jags grab it. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it. They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Play action now. Bridgewater. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Josh Allen came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Third and long now after the sack. We'll see if Bridgewater has a response. He'll drop to throw.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 85 yards. And Washington has retaken the lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Clay Brooks to return it. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Check, 47.
Now on 2nd and 13, Lawrence. And that's complete. It's the tight end Daniels. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. It's a big play for the Jaguars. As a defense, what a nuisance when you look on the other side and they've got a tight end that can run a post route like that.
And you felt the ground shake, didn't you? Oh, even all the way up here in this booth. How about when he grabbed the football? You could see the terror as everyone was thinking, do I even want to try and tackle that big man?
Completing it to the right side, Johnson. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 16-yard line.
Here we go. Hey, Steve 6. Mike 52. They gonna need some therapy after this.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Finds the open target, Arnold. Touchdown! Dan Arnold, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars have retaken the lead.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a 1st down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the 1st down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And the lead is now 2. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A first down throw for Bridgewater. Flushed out right. This is complete to Hawkins. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A handoff for Gibson. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. To throw is Bridgewater. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. He had one touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
They'll run with Gibson. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson, as the first half is winding down, as his guys are able to regain the lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Point after, up and good. And the lead is up to 5. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Clay Brooks to return it. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Let's go, Bucks.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And we'll see how aggressive they want to be in these final stages before the half. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. You ain't doing nothing, baby. You ain't doing nothing, baby.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. I got you.
Hey, Delta.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Who that? Who that? Check 52's the mic.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. And the catch made by Johnson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Clay Brooks to return it. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
Here's a give to Etienne.
And some space here. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
45 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
A give to Etienne running right.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
And they'll go again with Etienne.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
It's a game 2. That's good.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And down to the 36-yard line here. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
They'll run it now with Robinson. It's a gain of 3, and it sets him up with 2nd and just 2 yards to go.
Now Lawrence to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield, because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way full steam, and he broke that one up.
61, match box, lights.
They'll run with Etienne.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points, and he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Cameron Curl.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the 2nd half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them, because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Play fake. Bridgewater.
And he will find his man, Samuel. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
26 yards. First down, Washington.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
Here's Gibson.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Once more, Gibson.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
Now Bridgewater. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And some room to work. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big play that time on the catch and run.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
A give, running right, ETN.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line.
ETN once more.
And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
And Shark hauls it in. Touchdown, Jaguars! DJ Chark. His 4th touchdown on the year as they have taken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He gets this one to Johnson. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
To throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. And that'll be incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick six territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And the Washington first down.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run here with Gibson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
$13 yards remaining on 2nd down.
Bridgewater now. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Washington on 3rd down.
They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 at this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Looking deep downfield. He's got a man, complete. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
They go play action. Bridgewater
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
And this one is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
On the draw, it's Gibson. It's a 1st down and more for Gibson.
And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line.
60 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see it where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. And this one is right through. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run. It's ETN. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Now Lawrence. He finds his man, complete. That's Daniels. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here's ETN. Gets past one man, and he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. ETN with it. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 110 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And they'll run here with ETN. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now ETN. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Arnold. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. And they will take a knee and set up what would be a potential game-winning field goal try. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. A handoff for Etienne.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
For the lead, here's third and goal. They'll try to run with Etienne.
And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. And his kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays.
Oh, and Bridgewater intercepted for the third time.
Picked off at the 35. And they finally put it into this return. But not before it's all the way down to the 37.
Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding